Well, the quick question is for both of you and those in the chat. In present time, do you do you think that like whether or not you believe Garuda awakens or not, do you think he'll actually do anything after he awakens, or do you think like his role will be superseded by like one of his kids and he'll kind of just die or fade away?
I don't think he'd wake him up to have him do nothing. I think it's gonna be both. I think he'll wake up, do something, and then die and fade away. Personally,
Like one little good fight or
no,
like
I
a
think
good
he'll be around.
combo and then just disappears.
I think he'll be around for a fair amount of time.
Okay.
I think he'll be around for a fair amount of time, Miles.
Define fair amount. That could be anything. That could be two chapters. That could be
It's more than 10 chapters, is what I'm saying.
okay. Okay. I think
Like fair amount
okay.
of time because
I
we
think
don't
that's
know how
fair.
long this story has. This story could go on for a
That's what I'm
thousand
saying.
chapters for all we fucking know.
That's what I'm saying. Because when we say fair, I'm like I don't like relatively speaking. I don't know how much we have left. We could
I feel
have
it's
not as
me and
much
Naya
as we
talked
think,
about
or a lot.
me and Naya talked about this in the last stream we did. Like, it feels like the story may not even be halfway over. Honest to God,
I think it's over half.
I don't think it is.
I think we're at like
We
I
haven't
think
even really described what we haven't really gotten to or set up really like the main portions of the main conflict. Like, I don't even know if this Taraka stuff is even the main conflict at this point
I
because we
think
have
we're at
Ashes
like
and stuff.
60%.
I don't know, dude. I feel like we got a long way to go.
I think we're at 60 because we do have a lot. But I mean,
We haven't addressed a lot. That's the thing.
here's my thing. Did you think we would have gotten all the shit that we did and learned, even like with past shit in season 3 before you got into season 3?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right, Mr. HD man. What
Yeah,
do you think?
you see me. You see I'm crispy on this bitch.
What do you think?
I hate how clear this shit is. I don't like being this HD, bro. What's the question?
Well, whether or not you think if you think Garuda awakens or not, right? In present day, do you think he'll actually do anything substantial? Like, do you think he'll be there for a while, not long enough, or do you think like his role will instantly be taken by one of his kids?
I said a bit of both for
Yeah,
context.
I would say that it will be they will take his role eventually, but I think he would get a chance. I don't think she will waste him completely. He'll get a moment that's significant to like solidify that like he's a king and important and things of that nature. I think he'll
It's
get that
not moments.
opportunity, but um I do think that the it always came across to me that his general role is to like pass on whatever it is to like Maruna and his kids and whatnot. They're gonna be like the
Yep.
whatever, like because that's why he's been like suspended animation, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just thought of a crazy fucking theory that could be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Asha has like Ananta's body and like Ran has Yaksha's heart?
You're gonna say like Lee's gets like
No, 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 no.
Garuda's body?
Well,
Okay.
no. What if like Garuda gives Maruna his wings when he like dies?
That's possible because it specifically seems like the Garuda clan wings are like they have like
How many wings do Seraphim have? I need to look this up.
6,
Okay.
or is it 12? I think it's is it 12? And I think it's cherubs have 6. Am I
Well,
stupid?
Seraphim's at least like 6. I thought it might have been 8, but like, I know Naya's
Okay.
gonna love that idea, bro. If Maruna gets like some of Garuda's wings, bruh,
No, not
oh
those
my god,
rubbish wings. Yes,
bruh.
sir. I
Because
also like it. I also think Garuda has a good design. By the way, it looks cool. I think
he
it looks cool.
does good
It's pretty
design.
cool.
Oh no, never mind. Never mind.
The mask gets your attention, in my opinion, more than
It's all
anything.
see. This is the fucking thing with name changes because Kanara shit kind of like she kind of changes, but she doesn't. Wait, no, she doesn't.
Kanara gets a different hairstyle. What are we talking about?
But but even like I'm trying because I still don't know the full scope of how much her Shura form changed because like all this shit with that's like weirdly like not explained and
Season
shit's
one,
kind of weird.
season 1, episode
Uh,
38. Give me a sec. No, go. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Do your chat.
Do you think that
Uh,
Aruna would have any change when he gets his name Aruna back, like physically?
no, he
I think
basically
he'll
had the
look the
same
same.
physical appearance when he was a Runa anyway.
Yeah, I think he'll
Yeah,
look the
that's fair.
same. I don't think his personality will change. I think he'll just get access to the dawn.
But remember how like kind of like you know how like Yuta could go Garuda form or Taraka form when he was going to third stage.
He had a choice to
Like,
make.
do you?
That was
Yeah,
when he was transforming. He could make that choice.
yes. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think like if he had his name Aruna and he went through his stages would have developed slightly different because
No,
of like that dawn element type shit?
no,
When
Okay.
the upheaval
'cause
was
he,
over, two of the four primordial gods disappeared because of their influence on the world was so big. People saved their parents upheaval self. So right now, Vishnu is clashing with some beastly looking thing, and it almost looks like it has that thing over the head, like the fish stage, like Garudas tend to
It's
have.
it's
that's the Roltaro
Shiva.
theory. That's the
It's yeah.
Roltaro.
It's Shiva Rotara.
Yeah,
Okay. It was doubtless that the problems in around Vishnu and the people gods were medicine decided to confine the gods and this. Okay, well they said there's I don't know. I was gonna go somewhere else, but they're saying it's sure.
It's
I think
Rotara taking on Shiva's destruction attribute to form
and
in the
that's
real
when she
world,
became the king of the Taraka clan. So it's actually Vishnu fighting Roltaro while she's king of the Taraka.
and boosted by Shiva's destruction attribute. So she's OD. That's why she could tussle.
Like, yeah,
Uh,
there you go.
uh okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Garuda doing something. I think he might do multiple things, to be honest. But
I would like to. I
before
would like to.
he
I would
croaks,
like to see him look at Fifth Stage and Maruna
With pride
and
and
just be like,
joy,
"Dang, my son's." Just be like, "Damn, my son's raw now."
he wakes
we
up.
don't
He
actually
him and
know.
him and Vitra wake up. They're like, "What you been doing? Sleep? I'm in sleep too." It's just
Facts.
the sleep duo. Hold on, the sleep duo might go crazy.
It's like we got a lot of gift because we don't really know what kind of father he is. To be honest,
He almost bodied Maruna when he
that
saw
is
this.
true. But he didn't know it was his kid
And
at the
I was
time.
like, nigga.
That's your,
That's your son,
that's
bro.
your son.
So I have to ask, do you think Yuta could do similar things to Raltara, like taking over gods' bodies?
I
Hold on.
don't know that if
Well, she's
Roltaro.
not take. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think.
Roltaro took over Shiva's body. I don't think that's what that is. I
Yeah,
think
because she didn't take over Marut's body. I
I
think she's
think
just.
people mistook that was Shiva when the conflict was happening.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things of like because like fifth Zen gods literally are like the representation of their elements to the point like they're like the source of it throughout the universe, and like all forms of Shuras literally absorb the energy of fifth Zens to get their source attributes. That like I just think that Raltara in like her new formless state needs a shit ton amount of destruction attribute to literally form. So she could only form when Marut was there because she had nothing else to be able to form. So whatever Shiva probably came back from, I don't know, doing Shiva shit, she probably maybe just
Shiva shit.
absorbed a bunch of his
Being
energy.
not in the story. God damn.
Yeah.
There we go, Maya. I was literally about to say it. I was gonna say his off-screen shit. You mean?
Just triggering me. Being awesome off screen.
God, we will never forgive. She will. Kurrigan will never be forgiven for this ever.
Maru isn't a god of Shiva's level 2. No, that's true. Maru
That's why she was a
is
lot. That's why
frozen.
Rotaro was weaker.
Yeah. Oh, damn, that part was still crazy. Do you think we're gonna see them again?
Who?
Raltara Maru fusion.
No.
Uh,
What about Raltara?
I think
if we go on the misadventures of Ran and Kalavinka, we might, in my opinion. But
yeah, I think we're gonna get the cataclysm stuff, so we'll probably see it. And
yeah,
then whatever
maybe
in
Lee sees.
present day. But I
Would
think present day stuff would be like just trying to like it might just end up being like finding a proper way to kill Raltara so she can actually just well heroes don't even have an afterlife and bitches I don't know.
would you
She's just
guys
not
be
having a
upset
good
if we kind of still like time jump around? Or do you want to, or are you ready to go present time?
present time for a bit, and then we can jump again
Okay, I was
later.
gonna ask, like, would you get mad if you had to jump back? So what if you did Kubera and Kubera, and like say for example the misadventures of Rand and Calavinka? Would you be cool with that?
Like Calavinka right after this arc of Kubera and Kubera.
Let's say Kubera for whatever reason. Like it's not that we don't go through some of the misadventures of time leads, but it either leads to the present stuff or it actually is present time things. Then we jump the next arc or chapter, if you will, is Rand and Calavinka in the portal that ran through them through because they're still not quite in present time. Would you
I'm
mind
fine
that?
with that.
Okay.
We talked about this in the last stream you and I did, Naya, where we thought, or what we wanted was somehow Lee's and God Kubera meet in the present time, and then that leads into Lee's time travel arc was an option that we talked about, which I think, so like I'm not really mad at the idea of going back in the time travel pretty soon, but
I'm not either. Though I just don't think it'd be. It seemed like there's kind of a point being made that we're not going to do time travel for a little bit at least. So I think this arc will probably again. We don't even know how long this arc. This could be like one of those again, like short, like 10 chapter arcs for all we know. This Kubera arc, but I would like it to be present day stuff where like Lee's getting answers from God Kubera. We need this. We need this. Like this is something that we actually like really need badly.
I need it. Galavinka said Ratar caused a cataclysm, an awful one, bad choice of words. Do you think Galavinka might follow to present day? You know, I was going back and forth on that. I was. I think Galavinka is alive present time. I think she's around. I do.
I agree.
I think she's around. I was going back and forth because I was wondering almost even like when Rand comes back into the present time, Calavinka's not with him. I think she makes it. I think we're gonna see her. I do.
I think we talked about that too. I think I don't know if Miles was there for this or not, but I think we talked about how neither of us would enjoy if she was just introduced just to get taken out of the story so quickly again.
Mm.
We just wanted her to be around more.
Yeah. Lee's time travel arc might be much longer than Rand's and Maruna.
I don't think so.
I disagree.
I guess where I'm of two minds because I'm thinking like for some reason I think it'd be first of all you're not splitting your attention between two people necessarily. I think it'd be a lot more focused. So I don't know if you mean literal time in terms of like chapters or panels, whatever, or like you meant just like in terms of just general time, like how much she's time traveling. So maybe that's you can make an argument there. But I think because it'll be more focused and it'll be concentrated on Lee's, it might not take as long. Personally speaking,
I don't even know if it'll take half as long to be honest.
Present time to jump to where we want to go. We're not getting answer of God Kubera. Kurigam said Lee's arc in the end will be the longest, but this might not be that arc. What if the last arc in the
Yeah.
end is not this arc? So you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about.
Lee's arc.
Also, I need Asha. Bring her back. Yeah, Asha back.
And also,
hey.
are we saying arc doesn't?
What does Lee's arc in the end even mean?
Because I was gonna say
Asha packs her up. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Because technically the time travel is split up into multiple arcs, so like that if anything that could just mean it's like 35 chapters, not 120, right?
That may be Lee specific. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it should be fun. But I am kind of ready to get to this like present time stuff, though. Personally, like I'm ready to be here in the moment.
That Spear's the answer, man. I'm telling you.
But
Plot device.
But me and you are also fiending for Kubera.
Yes, we are.
I need that.
I need it so bad.
It is moving me tremendously.
I'm
rather excited.
Oh yeah, I think I said this to Glam. I think Calavinka will actually get the Eye of Perishment used on her.
I agree, but I think it's going to have no adverse effect on her for some reason.
I agree. I think she's going to be
Ran already pay for it in some weird way.
Well, there's multiple Eye of Perishments.
Well, there's like 3 Eye of Perishments. We talked about this too. There's like 3 Eye of Perishments. Like, and we don't know.
Yeah. I
we don't know which one still has the requirement that a person needs to value human lives the same as them on it either.
I think that's all of them.
You think
I mean,
that?
if that's the case, then Kalavinka.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I think the people that are going to get these things, I think Rand is actually going to use his in some way,
I agree.
and I think the other two are going to go to Shess and Kalavinka, and I
I
think
don't
both.
think
I
I
think
don't think
both are
Chess
going
is
to.
gonna go on.
I honestly, Chess was a wild card, like chuck into the air one for me because I want Chess to develop. I think no matter what, whenever Chess develops, he'll be in full control of his faculties. But I think for sure, Kelvin is going to get an eye of parachment on her, and then she'll be fine. I don't think there's going to be any there might be like a small adverse effect, but I don't think a major adverse effect is going to be applied
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I think her living so much with human lives and actually caring, I think she's just gonna be the first one that like actually succeeds in not getting fucked over by it. Plus, she's already done her hyperbolic time chamber shit to just reach the fourth stage in a time period that was only 10 years ago from the present day. And when we need actually hard hitters for the Taraka clan stuff, she needs to be at the fifth stage, and the only way to actually get her there now is the Eye of Parishment.
Do you think
To
the
be honest,
level of intrigue in current timeline will remain as good as the time travel arc, considering we got so many great characters and moments there for his characters specifically? Yeah, I think it'll be still. I still think it'll be still just as interesting, if not more. Because I think
oh yeah, I was about to say.
what what we'll have is we'll have the time travel stuff to build up upon, and then what could be interesting is I don't know if the other characters will be wary of the journey that some of them went on after coming
Yeah, I
back
think
present time, so that can cause some disconnect. And I think what'll be interesting is to see like I think interesting. I don't know if she's gonna do this, and I think she will to some way, in some way, shape, or form do it. But like if you think about it, Rand technically hasn't seen his family in like thousands of years, right? What if he's a little estranged now? As much as he cares about them, like if I, you know what it kind of reminds me of, like what's the episode where Superman gets thrown in that portal? He comes back with the long hair and the beard. Like technically speaking, I went through all that shit and I came back. Like I did not experience it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
when
like
he
I
met
might
Michael
not be the
Savage.
exact same the way you left me. Even though for you it could have been like he was gone for 5 hours, but I was there for 5 millennia, and I'm like all grizzled. Like I don't know. It'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
I agree. I think the present time is. I think it's guaranteed more interesting than the time travel stuff.
Mhm.
Personally,
And Asha reintroduction, man. I'm telling you, when Asha comes back, shit about to go crazy, bro. I'm telling you, you need Asha. You need that. I know Miles is clapping his hands there. He's like, "Yes, sir. I need my queen back." I know Miles is ready,
Hey,
bro.
I need her.
Don't you,
I
don't
need her.
you dare, don't you dare put those
Mm.
disgusting words in my
Listen,
mouth.
Miles, she needs to be back. You just need to accept it, okay?
Who, garbage? I'll
Yes.
pass.
What do you mean garbage? We need garbage. Garbage is important.
Garbage can kick rocks. That's what garbage can do. I hope Tatia fucking
You're right.
chews on her
She's
and
so
shits her
powerful.
out.
She can kick rocks off planet. That is a astute
Sorry,
observation.
we're talking about the girl.
Talk to him.
Talking about the girl that was hiding in the cage or in the cave when Tatia pulled up. Fuck her.
Hey, yo, man.
She's a
Sometimes,
loser.
sometimes you gotta go in a cave.
Talking
You
about
know
the girl that
why?
had to
Because
stab people that
that's
didn't
where
want
the
to
save
fight
point
back to
is.
get
You
power.
save in the cave, man. You save your progress.
It's a campfire in Dark Souls.
You gotta save the progress in the cave, man. Chess, I probably was
Holy.
probably developing to save Lenny or something similar. Because in a way, the future is still murky. The current timeline is intriguing me, if not more. I feel you. Rand teaming up with Chess to save Lenny, possibly Asher time. If Curry writes this the way she always does, it does not matter if it's present, future, other timeline, dimension in my asshole. Facts, all fire. But we still got special chapters to get through, so I see more emotional traps set up by Curry. I agree. My fish, no. Yes, we need more Lorraine. Who? Whomst?
No,
Never
stop
heard of
it.
her. Never heard of her. Apparently, the last special chapters are goaded. I believe it. Because, I mean, all this considered, I still liked every special chapter, but when we ended with the wish, I was like, God damn.
Bro.
What's
Oh,
next? What's next? What's the next one? Do you remember the order?
I don't remember.
I gotta check then. I don't remember either. I think the last one was 3, but what was it again? Mice. I don't remember. I gotta
The
look at
next
it.
one, it's literally. I think it's another
You know something that's gonna make me
fairy
sad?
story. I could be
No,
wrong.
I know it's another side story, special chapter, but I'm saying, do you remember which one it was? Because we
I
actually had to
think it's
listen to
Shuri. I
them.
think
Oh,
I think
Shuri.
it says it at the end. I think it
No,
says it at the bottom.
Shuri and Jambavan is a two-parter.
It's Hanuman and Petupan. It literally
Yeah,
says it at the bottom.
Petapon is what it is.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah, I knew it was Yaksha shit.
Pepamore.
Something that's gonna make me sad is the fact that when Chess does develop, he won't be a horse anymore. He'll be a horseman. So but he'll get wings because we know he's gonna get wings from Leighton Force. So he'll have wings as like a horseman. But now I'm just sad at the idea that I'm not gonna be able to see Chess as a Pegasus.
You think he's gonna look like a centaur?
Oh yeah,
Like a centaur with wings?
veracity, a life flashing, and a fiendish magician, whistling 1 and 2 between first and second, love letter. My delusions is what it's called. Okay, sorry, keep going.
Centaur chest? Centaur chest
Oh.
with wings?
I don't think Centaur. I think it's gonna be more Satyr.
Chess will become BoJack Horseman. No, we don't want that. Actually, I like BoJack, but I mean, he's getting a horse face and a fucking beer belly gut.
No, please no.
God, that cartoon's so fucking good.
But
Also,
I
live
just
actually
feel like
adapting
we
Special
want
Episode
to-
time. What? They are? So
Huh?
wait, Line is adapting these chapters without doing the other ones, or are they doing the other ones first? Like, what's going? Wait, what? They're so unserious.
No, they're doing.
sometimes.
They're literally starting with 10.
They're so
They're
unserious.
starting with this one.
They're so unserious.
Abraham like what 10? Where's the other 9?
Right? Like, I'm about to be in the comment section, bro. I'm gonna start shilling. I'm gonna start shilling from my channel in the Web 2 comment section. I'm like, make 8 accounts be like, hey, yo, you should check out this guy. He talk about.
He talks about the other special chapters in a 1-hour discussion.
Hold on, that's some tech. I'm gonna have to use that.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I nearly forgot this too. The other person that needs to get the person that really needs to get limitations removed from them, Miles, is Genharva. Like
yeah.
Like he's got his transcendentals all back because the Taraka stuff is gone. So this dude just needs to get this goddamn poison out of his body, please.
Yes.
Can't get it out, bro. Stuck.
He needs it.
I'm glad they're adding it though, because it's important, and I know a lot of them are not like they just trust the official means and whatever the like regular channels and ways of getting information from. So I'm glad they'll get some idea. It might make some of them curious, because I know if it was me and I'm like side story 10, I would be like, was there 9 before this? I'd probably find it, knowing me. So this could set a lot of them on the right track. I feel like someone was saying something. I cut someone off. My bad.
I do. I was gonna agree with. I was just agreeing with Glam, but I see how you do your little pivot when got Harvard. I mean, you can't trick me.
He just doesn't like fish.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, hater.
Especially when they're gonna steal blonde women from him.
All right, yeah, transcendentals unlock something. Best unlock.
Pivot.
Poison in his body, whatever. He's green.
This is a long one, okay? Kind of like 4 questions into one. Okay.
You're getting into the point where Naya and I are gonna start becoming unserious, by the way. So you better read up.
I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Okay.
Wow.
This is for Naya and the chatters. This isn't about you, Glam. Okay.
Definitely not for me either, huh?
This is our siblings. It's how siblings. That's how we argue, you know. Sons of Garuda.
The youngest one put some fake cap out there just to try and bait the older ones.
Oh, I'm Utah. I'm Utah in this. I know.
Oh, you're not. You're Kalavinka, bitch. Sit down.
I'm belligerent. Yeah, I am kind of belligerent. Wait, that makes fucking Glam. I'm sorry. That makes fucking Naya Maruna. Get the fuck out of here.
How am I not Maruna?
We're literally structured in age order on the Discord. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to think. Are we personality wise? Is it actually? It does kind of like actually line up on our. Glam's the brooding one, like he's.
I acquire Lee's cheeks.
Who is Sempati? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
The joke is that we're the 3 sons of Garuda, aka Aruda. You got to remove all the first letters to get our real names.
Are Ya, Lamb, and Isles.
All right. You ready? Are you ready for putting on your? You ready for your serious cape?
As long as you're.
Okay.
my
Mike
kid.
catches up to
Already,
you here.
I can already I can already feel Graham's eye roll at the back of my head for me before I ask this.
I'm not
Okay,
even saying
this
anything.
this 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 is like a general question, but I do want like your thoughts with it in general and pertaining to Kubera. Okay, because we
Mhm.
know it's a fantasy romance, so I'm curious. What are your credentials on what makes a good romance in a story? Like,
Credentials?
what do you look for? Yeah, like, what do you think? Like, relax, okay? Like, what do you like, or an example of like, what do you look for like in couples in a romance story? And then, do you think authors tend to do better at the chasing of relationships or the actual relationships once they're formed?
If
So, like,
they
those thoughts in general, and then like kind of that tied into like Kubera as well, like how well you think Kurigam does, whatever. 'Cause I feel like we never really talk about like how good we think the romance aspect of this story is when it's actually super important.
where the sex at?
Okay, you deviant.
Where is it at?
And this is also to the chat as well. Okay, I'm curious about
You
what
know
everybody thinks.
what's crazy, Naya, is that you and I both actually don't even like. That's not even a joke.
It's not.
Both of us are like,
It isn't.
where the
But
poontang at?
But to answer your question, because it's a little bit loaded, right? I still think it's a case by case scenario. I don't think there's one color paints all, but I do think, generally speaking, to do a good romance, you have to be able to, like you said, balance the actual relationship itself. If there's a love triangle or there's love like drama, infidelity, things of that nature, you have to make the drama believable, enticing, and you want the reader to get attached to it, to the outcome and fate of at least one of the. I'm gonna keep it a love triangle for this one of the three. So I think doing things like that matter. And then you have to ask yourself kind of like what the lesson and takeaway is and what type of story it is. Is it more mature and adult like where it's like don't cheat on your partner, or it's like, you know, if you persevere, love will always find like there's different kind of lessons and themes that you could put out there. But I'll tell you what I like specifically. First of all, Jared Leckman is more adult, so I really do like when there's cheek clapping. I don't care for like the morning after cigarette after you fade to black. I'm trying to see someone's back get blown out. I need that. Second, um, when it comes to the literal relationship itself, I just think that all you have to do is balance the two personalities of those characters. Kind of whether you analyze that through the relationship or through other relationships or when they're getting together, what they both want out of it, and then how they negotiate that in the yin and yang dance when they're getting together. So I'm trying to think of a good example. So the example, I don't want to spoil it, but where like one character, what they want from the relationship is marriage, and the other one is trying to maybe find out if they're just desirable in general. And then there's a disconnect, and then they'll come to a blows because one person is more so like, do people even like me? And one person is like, I'm trying to start my family, a legacy, which can cause conflict. And if you're good at execution, that could be very interesting to like go through and whatnot. I actually like romance stories tend to be my absolute favorite, but to get to like I don't want to ramble too long. When it comes to Kubera, it's a fantasy romance, but I'd argue it's laced in tragedy. So it's like nobody necessarily really gets the love that they want, and that seems to be the prevailing theme here, at least for the time being. So on that and being thematically consistent, I think she's been very good. But in terms of like super lovey-dovey couples, I actually don't know. Recall if I've seen too much of that. Ran and Rana come to mind. There's a couple of people I know who are kind of maybe chasing somebody around. Hanumam's kind of horny, but so you've seen it here and there. I think it's done well enough, but I think that's one of those things. Like when it comes full circle, so let's say like something tragic with like Utah and like Lee's and stuff. I think when it comes full circle, we can fully give our full judgment on that, like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10. But so far, I'm intrigued. I like it, but it's
Okay.
again laced more in tragedy. Like she wants me to feel sad that these characters could never really truly be together because of all the nonsense happening.
Okay, and then just one quick question. So then, I kind of broken it. Do you think authors in general do better when we're doing the lead up to relationships? Like, oh, like the pining after, I think I liked it, like all that? Or do you think they tend to do better once the people come together and like they decide to be together?
I think they lead
And
up in
then
drama
also,
before. the
Is
connection.
usually better.
Yeah,
Which do you prefer
in my
seeing?
experience, I care about when they are together more often than not, because
Okay.
I guess that's the payoff for all the conflict and drama. Whether or not it works and it goes to the end, but like I want it to be well done and interesting. So
Lamb, yeah.
I think like I said, generally speaking, when both personalities and both people's wants and goals through the relationship, and they're doing that little dance, and we're seeing how it works, I think that's usually when I'm like, yo, I'm super intrigued by this.
I agree. Lamb, do you have any?
With a poontang at.
Okay. All right. All right. I think I'm weird in the sense I don't think I need like much. I think mine's kind of simple. I think just time and effort goes a long way for me. Uh, we're like time in the sense of just time management. I think some stories can often drag things out too far, and sometimes
Agreed.
it's fine
Agreed.
if like there's other like plot points that need to happen. Okay, that's fine, but usually like you can tell when it's not at the expense of other people's relationships. But like, so make sure we're not dragging it, and just actually allowing the characters to have. You don't need like the more they're around each other, the better. But like, if I'm reading like a trilogy, they don't have to be with each other every waking step for the first two books. Like, just make the moments memorable and like well spread out. I think it's fine. And effort in the sense of like I can tell that the characters are actually trying to make this work, and I can see that the author's making this an important part in both of their characters' lives. And I think if those two things are done well, I'm usually happy and invested. Uh,
The only thing of worth I'll add is that I honestly think that
Of worth.
the
Sorry, sorry. That took me out. Keep going.
is that I think I don't even know if Kurigama has said this about her story, but I think describing Kubera as a fantasy romance um uh is honestly not what actually describing the story is. I actually think
You
it's
think it's a bit
more.
of misnomer?
Yeah, I think it's a misnomer. To be honest, I was gonna say not a proper qualification, but I don't think that's correct usage of that word. But whatever. Um, I think it's honestly more a romantic fantasy than fantasy romance, more than anything else. Because at the end of the day, the romance really isn't the main component of the story. It's a very large component of the story, but the main component of the story is about the journey that these characters are going on in this crazy fucking world that they're living in. That's at the end of the
mhm.
day, that's what it's about.
So you'd flip it.
Yeah, I would.
And
And if I was
and I
even
think it's
adding
valid
more
because that does change to me the definition of what's going on.
Are
yeah,
Ultimately,
you
agreed.
wait? Can if so? Are you kind of saying like it's not like romance doesn't drive the story, but the story helps drive the romance for specific people? Or am I switching now?
rephrase that again.
Like, are you saying the romance is driving the story, or the story is driving the romance?
Story's driving the romance.
Okay,
And if I was
I
adding
agree.
even
I agree.
more qualifications on top of it, I would say it's a tragic romantic fantasy.
Surely I can be happy
Okay,
for
I
Tio
agree
now
with
with
that.
that fish ass
I
ninja.
agree with that.
Now, I think by the end of the story, a lot of that tragedy is going to go away because I don't think Kurigama is really going to fuck over every single person in the story as she's done up until this point by the ending. But
That's kind of why I'm a little. I was kind of in reserve judgment mode to some degree, but also you have to remember, like, again, it also depends, like, again, because this is more. I think this is more rooted in tragedy. Because I think because then I think of harems, like harems are so unserious, and then like
yeah,
you said, Miles, with like the time, allotting time and like using it efficiently. Man, some of these guys don't use it efficiently. I could think of a couple of stories where I'm like, oh my god. There's even one that I like. Kimi no Machi? I can't remember what it's called. There's one of them like, bro. Even that one, I'm like, oh my god, let's get to the point, bro. Like, let's get to it.
Yeah, I
wait,
it's one.
one thing before you go.
Uh, yeah.
Because I was going to say, in terms of the removing tragic elements, I know a lot of people think that a lot of the story is going to end in tragedy because they think the genre is going to stay that way or function like a true like Greek tragedy or Shakespearean tragedy. In my experience, at least reading those is in more of a modern like setting or time period, a lot of those kinds of stories are ultimately unsatisfying by the end when you're a reader. Like you can understand it from a thematic standpoint, but seeing everybody really just sort of lose and not get anything good out of what's going on just doesn't really feel like give you a good like sense of self for the most part.
Mhm.
So I think you'll still see tragic elements by the end of the story, but I think at the bare minimum, 3 of the current pairings that are not established, like I think so excluding something like Ren and Rena, 3 of those pairings will pan out, in my opinion. I don't know which 3 they are, but I think 3 out of like the many that there are in the story will pan out in some way, shape, or form in
Agony
perpetuity.
Brilith.
I think that actually has the highest chance. Not gonna lie, I think it has a higher chance than Lee's and Yuta.
I think I agree
Of,
actually.
I just want people to live happy, and like, I think it's one of those things of like, that's why like it's kind of weird. I feel like how much like more of like I feel maybe this is me just, and you guys can maybe agree or disagree. Do you think that the chase is a lot? I think you did agree. Now you said the chase is focused on a lot more than the actual relationship part,
Because
which to
sometimes
me,
sometimes the relationship happens and the story ends. You know.
yeah. But
Cut
it's one of
to
those things. Even
family and kids. I'm like, oh brother, let me see it.
as you just said, like earlier with the one point of like, one person could be trying to figure like a sense of self, while another person could be wanting kids. It's like you could do that like before, but like these are things that are like important when you're in a relationship. That's like I think my problem with a lot of stuff is like the relationships weren't really, that's the starting point, right? Like the starting point isn't when the person falls in love and they're doing the chase. The starting point's the relationship, because that's when you actually have to test yourself. Is this shit worth it? So I often feel like it's a shame. I feel like in stories that are romantic in nature, when it's like, oh no, we end when we get the person. It's like, bitch, this is where the story starts, and I kind of wish like authors focused more on that part and let that ride out. But I don't know if that's just a thing of like personal experience for them or like whatever. But I do feel like it's kind of it could be better.
I feel it. I like happy endings more. They could work out. They have feelings and baggage. What I was gonna say is this. Hmm. I'm trying to think of a good example. You guys might not agree with this, but I will say this when it comes to like a lot of romance stories I like. You know, as much as I read a lot of stories that focus on just love, romance, drama, love triangles, NTR, blah blah blah, harems, if you will. I tend like me personally. I don't want to phrase this. Okay, so you know harems, right? There's always that one person, like 8 million people like them. I tend to not like harems because I always think they're a little nonsensical, and there's too much suspension of belief that I have to do more often than not. And I don't know if I've read a good harem. I don't know, but here's what I want to say. Do you guys prefer a story that focuses on love, romance, drama, sex, and all those stuff, or it's more like an adventure, or a fantasy, whatever the case is, but it has romance in it? Because I tend to prefer that, where it's like it's like sci-fi. We're going through space. We're gonna travel around the stars, but like on the crew, people are falling in love and having relationships. I tend to like when it's
Like
a big component
Mass
in the
Effect.
theme. There you go. Sure, there you go. Because but it's not the focal point. And I have an example that I don't know you guys would agree with, because I openly admit, as much as I did like this series at the beginning, it went to shit. It crashed and it burned, but I still think did this theme well, to the point I used to argue Seven Deadly Sins or Nanatsu no Taizai is a love story disguised as a battle shonen. I actually think they did a good job with the romance components in that narrative.
Okay,
I don't know how much you guys read or watched that, but
I didn't read
I've
any of
read
those.
it.
The
I read
only
all of
thing,
it.
my constant primary memory of Seven Deadly Sins is when Jay went on a rant about it and said and complained about Escanor dying in the friend zone. that's, that's
okay.
my primary memory of that story, but I've never read or watched any of it.
Okay.
Uh, I definitely, yeah, I think I agree with like the love is definitely like really really preventing damn near all of them. I think I'm trying to remember. I think yeah, maybe I'm just mixing up with like just relationships in general, like even friendships that kind of bothered me. I think I agree with you off the top of my head.
Because the part of the reason I bring that up is just because it's a series that does have people with extremely long lifespans and reincarnation and stuff like that. So like there's like a very small overlap that I can kind of put to this series. But I think but I do think that like part of the reason that I care about Kubera so much is because I want all these relationships to work out on the adventure and fantasy that we're going through. Like it's all very important to me. But as much as
Mhm.
I love a lot of love stories, but generally speaking, I like it when we're doing other stuff. Whether I don't even care if it's a story about tennis, but people are falling in love. I don't know. I like it more
I
that
th-
way.
I think I agree with you in the sense of like I really like it when it's added into the story because I think it makes it a lot more like real.
Mhm.
But I mean I think I like them as its own. But I'm pretty much like if I'm gonna do something pure romance, it's probably gonna be a movie. Like I can do like just a romance drama or like a rom com movie anytime and be chilling. But if it's
Mhm.
like a pure like novel or book on romance, I probably can't do it. Even like TV shows, I probably can't. I think I can only do that in the format of a movie. Otherwise, I need it like just as like a additional part of the
TV
story.
shows I felt because especially with how juvenile TV is today and on these American like teenage love dramas, I can't, bro. I can't with this. Yeah, it'll be a lot more unsatisfactory if the plot is resolved by the end, but you don't give conclusions to the relationships. I agree. Whether it works out or not, or there's some weird compromise they got to make. I
I
need
think
that.
some of them have to end positively, personally. Otherwise, for me, just in my honest personal opinion, if none of them ended positively, I would be turned off by that.
I
But
actually
that's
would
just
too. Like, let's say there's six that could work out. I would say I'll take two, but give me three. give me three.
hell.
Give me
I'll
50 for the
take
field.
3. Give me 4. That's
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
To be honest.
Fair. Yeah, a lot of these slice of life romance stuff out there, I just don't feel them. Or they're not really good though. A lot, especially some of the new ones that I see. I had a really big phase where that's all I cared about, like Welcome to the NHK and stuff like that. But that's a good one. If you've never read or watched that, keep it. That one's good. But I'm a romance merchant. I'm a lover boy, certified lover boy. I am CBL baby. I mean, that's it.
Certified band lover. Just
Brilliant,
like endorsed.
brilliant.
Certified Brilith lover.
Yeah,
There it is.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the romance in this story, I don't think
Uh,
is bad though, because even the John Bovan and Yaksha stuff, I felt it. Like I did, truly, in my bones, in my Yaksha bone, I felt that. So I think you're doing a good job. I can't. I wouldn't. I actually would say in terms of like couples sort of like being together, we haven't seen too much of that, so it's hard to judge her on it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Who's like
well,
yeah.
Randa? Because
I mean,
Randa and Randa together. Like, who else is really together? Like we got some Brilith and Agni back in the day, to some degree, and there's some
moments
other
of
ones,
Gandharva and Manaka you could
right?
talk about.
Right. So like we haven't seen it flourish, so to speak, yet. So shout out Labam James.
Uh,
Brilliant.
yeah, I really do kind of want to see Garuda and Callie because I really want to know if like Garuda actually loved her at all, if he was doing it purely
Oh,
for
you
the
got
clan.
Big
I would be
Mom?
really
You
curious.
said she said you don't got a choice, sir.
Yeah,
I would be
I think
really
Garuda's.
curious.
I think Garuda's relation. I think me and I talked about this, seeing this in a side story at one. I think we said like seeing Garuda and Venata's relationship in a side
Yes, we did.
story
We were
would be
talking about
something.
what other side stories or anything that you think is intriguing that hasn't been necessarily announced yet that you would have liked to see just from a side story
Yeah.
standpoint. We were talking about
Honestly,
that.
what he's had 3 wives now? Yeah, any of his wives. The OG Taraka, what happened to her? Garuda and Venata, and then even Garuda and Callie. Because Venata was
I honestly
specifically
think Garuda
annoyed.
and I think Garuda and Venata is the most interesting of those three, to be honest, even more than the Cali one.
I don't know. I don't know
Because
if I agree with that.
what would make it more interesting to me is if Garuda was legitimately in love with her. That's what
Mm.
Wait,
would make
Callie or Venata?
Venata.
Oh, and you're saying okay? I see what you're saying. I think he was.
Care about characters really, but romance can
I
do
think
a
he was
lot
in love
with
with
characters and
Venata.
make it
Actually,
insufferable. Fair. Mm.
at least that's what it seemed like when he went to go. I mean, he was helping Akasha too, but it seemed like when he was saving her from Kanara to the point that even he was like, "I'll take on the extra burden for whatever the fuck they were doing." I think he actually did love Venata for sure.
Was it a fleeting? Was it a moment? Did it pack? Did it come and it go?
I think he loved her the entire time.
There's a saying that I heard that they say men never really get over it. Everybody, they just love in different ways. I don't know if that's true though.
Yeah, I'd be curious. So my thing is, I'd be curious if he did have feelings for Taraka or Callie, and if that was different in the sense from how he felt for Banata. I could see him
I
doing the
think
Callie thing
Banata may
purely
have
for the
been.
clan.
I think it's going to be phrased where because there's I don't know if axiom is the way to think of this, but there's like a saying where when you go through when like people have like relationships, the third one is usually the one that's most lasting. And the first one is the one that got away. The second one is the tragic one that ended in like bullshit, and that was like a hard breakup relationship. And the third one's the one you stay with the rest of your life. I feel like that's
Never
going to be the
heard
case.
that.
I feel like that's going to be the case where it's going to go, Taraka, Callie, and then Veneta. I think Veneta was the one that he legitimately cared for the most of his life.
He was with Vanata before Callie, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's going to be its structure, even if it's not.
Yeah,
the
I,
same
see-
order.
I see what you're
He
saying.
said, "I
Yeah,
mean, they live billions of years. What's a fleeting time for them? 6 million years. I don't know. I can't even. I
like
can't even
10, like
fathom.
10K,
I can't even
like
fathom. I don't
10K,
know.
10K.
It's like I liked it for a grip. A grip could be like a million years. Like I
Uh,
don't know. I don't know. That's
I
funny.
think I think we have a specific. I'm trying to remember which Nastica pair they were like. Yeah, they were together for a little bit. Fuck, who was it? This is like
Wasn't it Vritra and Kanara?
yeah, it was Vitra Kanara. They were together. They literally say they were together for a little bit.
And
That could have been from anything from like 100.
they
Yeah,
legitimately like loved each other.
That
I
was
think.
1 billion years. Just 1 billion.
What? Just
because
1 billion.
I would assume that was from the beginning to the moment in which they lost their parts. So for them to say a little bit, that could be anything from like a few millions to like whatever. So who knows?
Yeah, but that's a good question though. I like that because I actually all this considered for something that she always like it's a fantasy romance. Please stop, stop expecting action and shit like that. It's like I don't know if we fully spoke on the themes of romance to that degree, but again, like I think we made it make sense today. But it was a good question.
So wait. You guys kind of alluded to So who are your favorite? Wait, what is your favorite couple then in the
Agony and
story?
Brilith.
Glam,
Udalise. Not even close.
What about you, Miles?
Agni, Brilliant. That's not even a competition.
I want.
It's not even
I think
close.
part of that with me, Glam, is like in a weird way when it comes to Yuta and Lee's. There's a part of me that wants to say
I have no
there's
faith.
more there in terms. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll rephrase it. But I think with Agni and Brilith, it's been there since since inception, since the beginning,
Yeah.
and maybe because it's been plastered in my face for the longest. But then there came that ancient human kind of tragic twist to it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit! Like it made a lot of things make sense. So like, and again, Brilith is my favorite character. And Agni was my favorite god for a long time, so I think I'm just a little more emotionally attached. But I would put Yuta and Lee's right after. But
I think those are the best two, just period. Because I'm not gonna.
Rana and Rana I like, but like they did it. They made it. They're together. Family up.
Yeah, because also
They're the
I'm gonna say
staple.
no. Before Miles could even go, he literally just said, "I have no faith." This is reasoning why he took Agni and Brilith. You are shielding Agni and Brilith isn't your favorite. It is Yuta and Lee, but you're shielding yourself from suffering. You pussy. Cut
That's
it
not what
out.
I'm doing. That's not what
Yes,
I'm
it
doing.
is.
Well, no, I
Hold
You said
on.
you
feel
had
with you.
no faith.
I don't have faith, but that's not why. Okay,
That's a
I
cap.
still, I've always, Nai's known this. Agni and Brilith were like literally one of the main reasons why I was so invested in the story to begin with. Okay,
Well, that was me too.
I've been, okay.
You remember
My
season 1 when I said Agni and
yes,
Brilith were my favorite characters?
yes. My thing with the Lee's and Yuta thing is, Nai's kind of right. We're like, I think with Agni and Brilith, that love was always there, and you could feel it. Yuta and Lee's,
You could also argue it
I
set the
feel
tone
like
or
it
bar.
didn't start. Yeah, I feel like it didn't start from a place of love. I genuinely feel like it started from a place of, like, kind of like 2 broken individuals that
Who were like the
needed to
outcasts
be
of their
with some
parties.
yeah, that needed to be with other like, someone else that could understand them because they couldn't be alone.
Well,
And then he went.
friendship
Then he
well,
went to third stage and he got
Yes,
horny and he put his
that
dick
and
in
that's
her
not
mouth.
and
romance blossoming from friendship, I think, is actually in my opinion, I
yes,
find those plot lines much more interesting than just straight up
yes, I'm
love.
not saying that they can't blossom into love. I'm just saying
Ew,
I don't think it
friendship.
started from
Give me them
shut
cheeks.
up. I think since it didn't start from a healthy position, it's one of those things of still trying to find the balance of like I feel like there's a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say fucking soul searching,
Well,
but I feel like there's a
my favorite pairing, well, favorite pairing by far, but I think in terms of the actual like how well it's done, I think both of those pairings are damn near equal to each other. In my like, if I'm being objective,
I don't
What do
agree.
you guys think about Chandra and Lila that Ranful brought up?
potential. We talk potential. You and I've talked about that.
Uh
Man. We think it's there. I literally made a fucking list of fan fiction I need written. I wrote down all of these things. So I need to find.
But the not safe for work are popping. Or
I'm
to
not
Simi,
art. Just
Simi.
give me the fucking not safe for word descriptions, and I'm here for
Thank
it.
you for the follow. It reminds me of Simi just having Haru and getting her back blown out. All these, every time I see the fan out of her, I'm like, I know Simi commissioned this.
Yep.
It is. That's what make Yuta and Lee's pairing so good to me. Rana is safe. I agree with that. Rana are safe for the time being.
Mateo, man,
Then
I'm
again,
telling
you.
you.
Oh my God, Tio
I honestly think I think
and
I have Yuta and
Ganhara.
Lee's at 3 because I think I like Tio and Gandhi more than Yuta and Lee's.
What is wrong with you? How can
No,
you
that
gas up Lee
You
to this
know she deserves
degree?
better. You all
How,
know. All of you in the chat know she deserves better. Talking
that
to be
is the
Naya,
happy.
best. What are you talking
Naya,
about?
Naya, what's
Yes.
better than being the savior of the universe? What are you talking about?
Facts. Come
What are you
on.
talking
Talk
about?
to me.
Being the person who
What,
destroys it. That's equally as wrong. What's up?
What?
It's not
What?
you talking
wrong.
about?
You could be like, I
You talking
destroyed the
about?
whole universe. That's not equally as gas.
Nah,
Talking
that's
about you
villainy. We're not here for that.
no,
We're in
no,
for redemption.
that's not what we're here for.
That was my very very awful deflection. I didn't have a good rebuttal. Leave me alone.
Pivot some more, King.
I mean, at least I'm not traveling. I'll be pivoting, bro. I don't travel. Hi? How am I? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I think Varuna and Sympathy working out in the end could be a thing. I don't know about Sympathy because of the Eye of Perishment and how it may have affected their psyche, but
We've been seeing
um,
that one. We've been seeing it.
I that one has
Yeah,
some sprinkle. I know
we need more.
we somewhat like sprinkle in the little moment with like one of the lives of Brilith and Maruna, but I'm not trying to see that. But
I think that's
it's some
facetious.
it's yeah. That's what I'm saying. He can grow out
They
of
could
that,
they could have a
whatever his
moment
role
like,
is.
oh shit, it's you. That's what they could have.
Yeah, yeah, I feel it. Cause man, are there any other potential ones I never really thought about? I don't think of other ones that are like that are low key happening. What if
I've thought
Sagara,
of all.
Sagara, and Anata?
Nah, that is.
I think Cigar. I actually think Cigar and Monosvin is actually pretty nice.
I don't
Or
think, honest to God, both of those things seem one sided.
on Monosvin towards Cigar and then Cigar towards Anata.
And I also think for Sagara towards or no, Vasuki towards Sagara as well. I think every relationship
Yes,
Sagara's been in has been one sided.
yes. No, wait. I do think.
Sagar
Wait,
getting
no.
passed around. That's crazy.
No, I think
She
Cigar.
passes herself around.
I don't think it was. I don't think
Fair.
Cigar and Monosfin were is one sided to the same degree as the Vasuki to Cigar and Cigar to Anata because I think I agree with you. I think maybe in the moment, but I think at least from what we've seen, she definitely looks back super fondly on Monosavin.
Yeah, but
And Pangara
as
even
like a
has that.
is that like a leader though, or is that as a relationship? That's
I
one thing.
think it's as a relationship because even Pangara was telling Regar like
Can both
specifically
things be
like
true at once though?
how to
Like,
It
I
could.
do love him,
yeah.
but part of the reason I love him is because he's a very competent leader.
Cause what's that one moment where he has the helmet, he has his mask over his head, and he says something to Cigar about like what he like how he loves her like honesty, like he loves the way like in which like she's just like kind of like
He knows that
unapologetically her,
he
and
knows
she
that
like
she still feels the way she feels about Ananta, even in Ananta's death.
Yes, 100%.
It's
I
kind of
definitely
like the
think of Nat as
Madison is
number
the
one.
rebound guy. Like Madison's honestly like a rebound guy for her.
Yeah, but you don't think she can't have feelings for a rebound?
Too little, too late. I think
I
in that
I
instance.
I think his words hit close to home. I think she kind of like lives that truth to those words a little bit more because she literally looks back on it when she like makes the moment of like because she has a dialogue. I think she's talking about Kubera something where she's like, "I hate people that like pretend like to be just when they like do shitty actions," and then she thinks back to minus seven words like fondly, and then Pingar specifically even says like to Regar like my my mother like about how like he's better with Sora because of like their relationship and like how like there were shots of like parents who like get falling out with like other parents who don't get loved anymore. So I think that's like alluding to like she had definitely more feelings to Monosman than at least Vasuki, at least in that point in time. It seems.
I mean, she has kids with both of them, both of them.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
also true.
one that could be interesting if it actually happens. This depends on who summons him, but I think Vayu is going to have a romance with whoever summons him.
I don't know why I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna say
I
cloth
agree.
or clutch. I can't remember which one it is in Irie. I don't know why I thought you were gonna say that. I don't know
Oh
Close is
why.
no,
definitely.
Irie and
Close
Clove.
is
Irie and Clove
are.
is something I do need. I'm not gonna lie.
They, I mean, they are going to.
I need it. She can see. She can
Clove's
see
gonna
his.
turn fourth
She can see
stage
his real
soon.
snake.
He's taking my first love from me. That's crazy.
He can use his real
Yes,
snake
he
on him.
is.
That's all I'm saying. No.
Also, call me crazy, but it's close in season 3. Does Close look like
Fine.
just look?
Did he cut out or did he stop?
Yeah, he did. He
Oh,
cut out.
I was like, Miles, brother Miles, greater with wisdom, brother Miles. We gonna help his
Excuse me.
intellect
Did you
grow.
hear me?
There it is.
No, there he's back
Did you
now.
hear me? I said. Yeah. Do you? Maybe this is just me. Well, now you haven't reread it in a long time. Blam, you could maybe back me up. When season 3 hits, does it not look like Clope's design is changed a little bit to where he looks just old, a little bit older?
No,
Yeah.
I think it's about the
Um,
same.
mm, I don't recall that personally. Again, you're right.
I
I've
think
seen it
for
a while,
me,
but
it
I don't
looked like
recall
he.
that.
I think it looked like he looked older. I was like, I think there, like to me, I was like, it was like a noticeable thing. It was like, he looks like kind of just older, and maybe that's just me misinterpreting his height because he's actually kind of tall as the third stage.
Mm,
Because he's like, I think he's like Irie's height or close to it.
I don't even recall. I kind of somewhat vaguely remember the beginning parts of season 3 when that happened and stuff. 'Cause I remember this part with dual wielding Tio. She has two blades and stuff too around that time and everything. So I'm trying to it should be have to go to my memory bank. Remember,
What was the one I
Irie just became a
suggested?
milf. Chill.
What was the one I said
Hmm?
before we brought up Irie and Clove? There was something I said, a
Oh,
pairing that I
sorry.
said. I can't even remember what I said. I'm a fraud.
Damn it.
I don't. I don't think it was an important
Vayu,
one.
Vayu.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, well, I think yeah,
Via.
Vayu and whoever summons him because I think we saw a little glimpse of that with Roosh and Vayu in that alternate future.
Mhm.
And
I would
he
li-
actually had a lover, so it's
I
not a
would like to
president.
see because
President.
I've been saying this for a while. I want Mirha to summon him. So if I can get Mirha X Vayu, I'd take it.
That's what's up, blood.
Although to be honest, seeing Roosh actually get with somebody after all the fiending she's done, even though I don't like Roosh, could potentially be interesting.
I like Rush. I actually like Rush. I actually like the twins,
She's mid to me, but
and
I like I like I
I
like
just
I like
respect her
Rish a
more.
bit more, low key, but yeah.
I like them after like with season 3 where they're both just like we just do shit because we can.
Like because she
I
got
just like it.
money.
Rich, never like doing the turkeys. What was it? The other Irie was like, "You're not supposed to be doing this." She was like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm rich."
and to be
And I
honest,
like
I
I'm
think
rich,
Varuna's
bitch.
gonna get. I think Varuna's gonna get something at some point.
you, the
Mm.
room is weird to me because I'm still curious as to why Kurgan did this for her. She's like, I think the only god or one of the few gods that can also change
Change,
her gender,
change
like
gender.
a
Yeah.
like a Nasdaq. I'm like, what's the point of this if it's not for a power level thing?
I don't even think it is. I think it could be, but
It's not. Her power level's the same. They said, but it's
yeah,
just like she
it
can't.
just could be a thing, ability that she has. But I think Varuna's gonna get involved in something romantic. My first thought is that it's gonna be a one-sided love triangle thing with Ran if Ran ever interacts with her.
So Rand had. So you want? So Rand is just now Mr. Bitches man.
I mean, he already is. He pulled Kalavinka in like 2 seconds, so he kind of is Mr. Bitches. But I don't know. I just have this vibe about Varuna where I think she's gonna get something with somebody. I don't know who it is though.
Maybe she can't get him. So she. No, wait. No, I need Tilda and Lutz actually. I need the Tilda Lutz shit. So
Oh, yeah,
never
I
mind.
forgot about completely. But that's
I need
also because I
that.
don't really care about either of them.
Oh,
I need
Lutz,
that.
Lutz.
Lutz and
Lutz
Tilda.
and
Yeah.
Lutz and
Lutz and
Tilda.
Tilda.
How did we got Rand not bring up his bro? My bad. I
Yeah.
guess yeah. Forgot about that.
I think that.
I
I
still
do.
love that side story that shows that they have a lot of overlap in their personality. By the way, that did a lot to me. I really like that.
I just need Lutz in the story more, man. Because I don't know.
Lutz is like raw. I feel like he has so much he could do. It's just like why is he? Why he
We
getting
talked
played
we
like
talked
this?
about this too, is like considering he is the priest of creation, it'd be really fucking interesting if he actually summoned Brahma and what that would be like.
You think he
If
could?
if
You think
summoning primevals is even a thing,
you
that
think
is.
he could bag her?
No, I just think the dynamic would be interesting. I think Brahma's unbaggable, to be
I'm
honest.
Well,
about to
you
say
know,
she's not she that like that she don't give a fuck about no type of
Yeah.
romance or mating or anything of the
hey,
sort. Okay, she
what's
wants to know. She
what's that
wants to
thing
know
like?
if the
What's how?
creation she makes fucking works. That's all she cares about.
Hey, maybe she needs to test it out in more ways than one.
No.
Is that why
I
she's what I thought about? maybe she needs some meat. Maybe that's why she acted like this. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, who knows? Who knows? Like the thing is like she probably looks at him like kind of like how like people look at like inventors look at robots, but it's like, oh, this old guy kind of has a personality. Oh, what's this here? I don't know.
I don't know,
Maybe,
bro. He's
but
writing fan fiction now. That's
Not the,
crazy.
I
not the
do want
sex
Lutz with
robots.
Tilda though. I do want. Wow, I do want
Yeah.
Lutz with Tilda though.
Yeah, especially with what happened with the stuff with the other Kanara stuff, and we saw that the overlap with the form looking very similar. I can't remember exactly what it was, but someone looked like Tilda later. Or was it Tilda earlier? I can't remember what it was. Shit. What's Inan back in Anata? Wasn't there some silhouette we saw and it looked exactly like the current Tilda? You
Yeah,
crazy?
Yes,
uh,
yes, yes,
wasn't it the one bitch that had San Vega? No, was it San
yes.
Yoga?
Said
I can't
Vega
remember.
Kenyatta.
I thought it was San Yoga. I can't remember. What the Kanara
She had
female
both. Well,
magic.
she had both.
Well, I don't remember which one she cast. That was my thing. But she got turned. I thought
That
people
was not.
assumed that she got turned into Tilda and that she's
Yes,
Tilda's
holding
current form
Kennard's.
as a half.
Yeah,
'Cause Tilda's a relatively older half, right?
she's 98.
Yeah.
She's 98. Uh, but there's like a lot of other like hints of the story that she's like been like cast a bunch of shit. Uh, what was it about this one?
Mm. You would know better than me. I am not in your brain.
Oh yeah. So like this is kind of like going off the romantic stuff. Like, would you guys like kind of agree that like Claude's and Lila's relationship's kind of like a big sister to a little brother type thing?
Collide to collide. Why he sounds so far? Um, yeah, I don't. Do I get? I honestly would argue that if I got any romantic undertones a little bit, if I remember correctly, it was one sided from Claude. If I,
Yeah,
but
that's what
I
I
don't think
kind of.
so. I think Chandra and Lila in some weird way makes it seems to be like whatever. But
I Yeah, because I feel like they bicker a lot like siblings, even like the way Lila's like kind of like violent, and then like you have the thing of like Claude was a kid when Lila was kind of like seemingly nice and like looked after him, and even like the dream checking shit seemed more like not really romantically. It felt kind of like a duty or something else. Like
I don't agree with that.
uh, so I'm curious when we're looking at, I was gonna ask what's your favorite non-romantic, like, kind of like pseudo family relationship, like in the story. So like, if you kind of want to say like God, Kubera, and Lee's being kind of like a father-daughter thing, Lila
Ran
and
and Lee's.
Claude being like brother sister, Ran and Lee's being brother and sister, or
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Yaksha and Rand being
Ran and
father
Lee's.
and son,
Mm.
stuff like that.
Naya, you know damn well what our favorite's going to be if this next arc is what we want it to be. You know damn well.
Fair, fair.
You know
But
damn well.
I've always really liked how the way that Rand looked out for Lee's, especially when Asher
Yes.
was really, really starting to like, hey, what's good with you? Like, what the hell is up? Like, I
You're
really,
saying, like, I'll adopt you, whatever.
it's resonated with me to this day. It's always truly moved me. That one's really good. I think they said them saying Rand and the Yaksha is a really good one too. I can agree with that.
But
Hmm.
boy, if this
Nata and
next arc,
Rao was interesting. I don't know if I don't know if if I'd call them more like, I don't know. I guess they're friends, but like I like their pairing though. I did like what I got from them. Sorry. Go ahead. Let me cut you
but
off.
man, if that Kubera and Lee's arc happens, oh my god. Because I loved that relationship in season 1. I liked what I saw. I loved it in season 1 and 2. Whenever they're, man, if we just get the two of them, oh fuck, it could be so good.
I'm with it.
I love
Do you have one?
Ran and Yaksha. I
Ran and
love Ran and
Yaksha.
Yaksha, but I don't think it's that. I actually think it's God, Kuber, and Lee's, or Ran and Lee's. Because even like when doing the reread, like the God, Kuber, and Lee shit
It was
hits
so
really, really
good.
well. Like,
So
especially like after the first interaction, everything after is just so good. Like when she's in the water channel
especially
and
the
she
last
turns and
one
sees
where
him as a kid in a
he
fucking
spends the
floaty,
day
and
with her, man. When he spends that day with her.
he's like spend a day with me. I
Oh,
love every time he's with her. He's always curling her hair, and she's like, "Stop
I
fucking
love that
touching my
shit.
hair."
I
You like
fucking
And
love
he's
it.
like,
you don't like Big
"Yeah,
Sister
okay," and he's
Asha and
doing it
Lee's?
still.
Alright.
Naya,
The
no
stream's
man,
over. Thanks for coming,
Naya.
everybody. We'll see you
What's bro?
later.
Why do you have to kill the vibes, bro?
You know his ass is laughing so hard his mic is.
Fucking
You know,
fucking professional vibe killer, bro. God, he's so annoying. What about Asha? No one cares about her. Okay, damn.
he literally just killed
Jeez.
the whole vibe. That is insane.
Oh, I regret nothing. I mean, it would have worked out. I think if Asha would have been a good sister. I regret nothing. Is that the worst relationship? Asha and Lee's bottom tier.
Asha and Brilith is a good competition with it. Not gonna lie.
Interesting.
Probably Lorraine and Saha.
Oh
But
God.
Oh yeah,
that's
Oh.
romantic. But
but yeah, but that's because he deserved better.
he deserved way better.
Yeah. Oh. I have to do it, bro. Did you guys have a couple of things you want to chime in on? I know.
Tio and Elwin, that's crazy.
Oh,
Damn.
I forget about Tio and Elwin Rakan. I like
I'm not
that.
gonna lie. I feel like I need more from Teo and Elwin. Like I feel like I got the surface level mom kid relationship, or maybe even older sister younger sister.
To
But
be fair, Tio did get rocked kind of quickly.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like I need more.
Elwin's
Yes.
actually like I kind of like actually kind of
So
like
that's
I don't
so
really
wait
care too
wait
much for, but I
that's not a
respect
vibe
it.
killer. My vibe was
No,
killed by that statement. Now the
Not,
stream's over. No, I'm
suffer,
kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
suffer,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
suffer
I am
for
though.
your sins.
I'm tired of
uh,
these
I'm
sins,
not gonna lie
bro.
though. I agree. There was a statement made earlier about Chandra and Lila. I think Chandra and Lila. I think on the surface it looks one-sided on Chandra's end because I think he's clearly the one that has more interest in her than she does him. But
Mm.
I think in actuality it's mutual between the two. Now,
I
why
I agree
it's
with that.
mutual between the two, from Lila's perspective, is super interesting because I
He
don't know
got a
why she would be in love with him.
he got a long
I can
Sean.
see it happening, but I don't know if I have enough evidence in the
I
story to
actually think
prove
that
it.
that one has a very high likelihood of being permanent.
I don't think it'll work out, but I think that they'll get those feelings out though. If
I think
I would see that one not ending that one ending in tragedy or
I feel like if that one ever does come out and they ever actually make it happen, it would never break. That'd be my take on it. Like if they actually became a couple. Now there's a chance that they get the feelings out and then don't become a couple, which is a different outcome
I love you.
entirely.
I love
which-
you too. And one of them dies. I don't know. They get blown the fuck
I'm
back.
not even saying that. It just may like be maybe
Or like
like
we
a
can't because of our
yeah
duties or something. Okay, that works
yeah.
too. But just for the night, I need to hear some
Pussy.
them cheeks clapping. Gunhofer and Manaka. Fair and
Eh,
other possible future
eh.
Asha.
I gotta see more. I gotta see more again Harvard and Manaka too. I like Manaka a lot. I just got to see more of the relationship because it just seems sort of surface level for right now.
That's because they're not really like together in, like in most of the flashbacks,
Yeah.
which is funny.
We need to see moments of Manaka making him a better person for me to really
Yeah,
care.
By
we
the
see
way,
way more with him and his
stream.
daughter.
How was the lighting and I don't think I dropped frames. Was that still lagging? I don't. This Ultra HD shit is not moving me. But let me know because I feel like the camera was cooperating today. But sorry, go ahead.
There was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember it.
Yes, because I'm pretty sure that the battery's gonna die soon. That's why I'm like, all right, time to wrap up. You said Glam. You said something else.
I can't remember what it was. So
If it comes to you, you could cut me off. But
yeah,
the only announcement I'm gonna make right now is I got a small. It's not related to Kubera. Kubera, I have the Kaz One Last Profit video coming out, plus a little one more surprise for you guys. But with Oda piece, I kind of have a little mini series going. I only really have 10 in mind. And if either of you want to be in any of these, let me know. I already did 2 of them, but I'm doing a series pretty much called "Things Oda Cannot Fuck Up," because basically saying even the biggest Oda angel who twerks for him no matter what he does won't forgive him. And the first one I'm starting with is Dragon. The second one I'm doing is the second one. Well, I already did another one. Other one I did is a secret because a personal one. The next one I'm gonna do is Mihawk and Zoro. So
yeah.
um yeah, so I'm just that's what I have in mind. So if you
What about the Kubera tier list that we have to
no,
plan at some point?
I have to create it myself though.
That is true.
So just give me some time to get some good pictures and stuff too, so it's clear.
I remembered my other thing.
Mhm.
This is a completely remote chance. This is a super remote chance of happening. But Agwin, in my opinion, has potential to have something romantic with somebody because there's constant teasing that she's never able to get a man.
Are you gonna say Chess?
No, I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I didn't even think of that until you just said it. Now I'm just like,
Okay.
now I might actually take it because Shit's getting some cheeks. That's my boy.
And she's Chess's sponsor, and like they've been
Right.
together for like the past
Yeah,
couple years.
that I would take that, honest to God. But I think
And
Agwin
Kasaka would be so mad.
has.
They
But
said
Agwin, I think,
because Kasat killed her husband. Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
yeah, that is true as well. Agwin, I would like to see get something with because Kazak's gonna die, so she's gonna have some tragic component. So, but I think that she's gonna come out better either through a romantic relationship or having Taksaka stay around as an actual good grandfather for a role with her.
Talk about why Clary deserves love.
Wait, but
All right,
who'd you
now the stream is actually over. Turn it
wait
off.
who'd you think Agron was gonna be with? Did you even
Nobody.
name?
I just think it's gonna happen.
Oh,
I just
I
think it's
think
gonna. I mean,
because
I'd like to see.
because bro, what because of the gimmick and because of like the kind of what happened. He's saying that perhaps in the present time there'll be somebody who like she can actually like
yeah.
fall in love with, and
Yeah,
maybe Kasak doesn't murder them. But y'all can't. Why y'all ignore my question, man?
end the stream. Turn it off.
This is like This is this his third strike? Is this?
Turn it off. Turn it off.
So Clark doesn't deserve love. There's no
Turn it
road to
off.
redemption.
Not
Turn it
Naya.
off.
She
Naya.
can't get another chance.
I'm
Naya.
unmoved. Turn it off.
Naya. What do you gain from this? What do you gain?
I get a tremendous amount of satisfaction from
you really?
the
Do you?
Gets a
suffering
little giggling
from
fit that he can have over
from
Do you
there.
really?
from being a little shit.
Do you really?
I've always been this my whole fucking life. Ever.
What?
What
I could be 655 and I'm still do this shit.
what about Claire? How about she get strung up on a fucking fishing hook and get thrown in the fucking jungle to get eaten by Kasak? Fuck her.
All aquatic life matters, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh
So say
yeah.
Shit!
Bobby.
Ah,
Oh
no,
yeah.
I lied.
Oh,
None of them matter. None of them
oh,
matter.
oh
None of them
yeah.
matter. Stream's over. Goodbye.